Welcome back. Kelly, let's go outside and look at the exterior and the addition during the Depression and that sort of thing.
Okay, it's a good idea.
Okay, Kelly, here on the outside, the original building was right here, and it was approximately where the old Baptist Mission School building was.
Right.
Which had been torn down, but which was in use for quite a while, I think, after statehood. And, of course, all of this was the American Baptist campus. Now then, does this building surround look like it did then? I mean, the curve of the door and so on?
Yes. Well, of course, those are different doors. Obviously,
oh, yes,
they're
obviously.
more modern glass
but the brick,
door.
the
brick, yes, the brick design is the same as it was back then.
Okay. Now then, and talk about the drinking fountains, because I remember those when I brought kids up here to perform in the auditorium.
Okay, there was a drinking fountain that was right here to the left, probably 10, 15 feet, and on the other side of the sidewalk, also the same distance. So during, we had 7th through the 12th grade here. Mm-hmm. So when they had recess, we had recess while we'd have access to water before we'd try to go back into class.
All right, but you do know, don't you, that you didn't have 7th grade here until 1951, because when I started in 50 at Sequoia, the 7th grade went there.
Right.
Went there, so.
Right. I think I had my first 7 years at Sequoia, and then 8th grade started up here.
Well, I tell you, let's walk over here and talk about this addition.
Okay.
Now, Kelly, in 1937, you said, under the WPA system, the Works Progress Administration, they built on this jag in brick right here.
That is correct.
And added classrooms. How many classrooms did it add? 2?
Well, actually, it added an office for the principal, a classroom that adjoined his office, where Bob Ed and I spent half our senior year
yes, I'm
in
sure
English.
You did. Mm-hmm.
And then upstairs on the 2nd floor was the home ec department.
Yes, I remember the home ec department being up there. Fine. And if we had walked around over here, we could see the WPA sign that was put in. Let's walk in that direction.
That is correct.
Okay, Kelly, let's walk over here and you tell about these steps and where they led.
Okay, these steps right here led down into the boiler room. It was a coal-fired boiler that worked off of a steam system in the radiators in the classroom. So every morning, Mr. Perkins, the custodian,
Lloyd Perkins would have to come and fire up the boiler to build up the steam to heat the classrooms. But that was fantastic in 1924.
Well, yes, it was.
And this would be at the back of the gym.
Yes, right where these 2 big fans, air conditioning units, were really what they are now, were 2 large windows that opened into the gymnasium. The cracker box, as we like to call it.
And it was actually underneath the auditorium.
That's correct.
So it had a high ceiling.
That's right. And underneath now, what is the cafeteria?
Right. Since in later years.
Yes.
Okay. And was this entrance always here, Kelly?
Yes, it was. That entrance is just like it was from, I guess, the original construction.
Very good. And that brickwork is very, very interesting. Okay, Kelly, we're walking over toward the original fire escape. I remember this very well. Is that correct?
That is correct. None of these buildings were here on the grounds. This was the end of the building as far as that's concerned. And that door leads off of the stage.
That's right, because when I brought kids up here to perform on that stage, when I was teaching at Sequoia, we'd always open that door because it'd be so hot you couldn't stay in there.
That's right. And that was the only way out of the auditorium, other than, of course, the doors at the back of the auditorium where you came in.
So, and you had to watch kids to be sure they didn't come and peek out and jump off or do something ridiculous.
That is true. That is true.
Well, neat-o. Kelly, you've been a really big help, I'll tell you, on this show.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about good old Central.
That's right. Central High School.
Central High.